you know.
What are your thoughts on the people who don't believe in marriage but still have kids?
I mean, to each their own. I don't think there's anything against it necessarily. I wouldn't, though.
Okay, I agree. But I also think it's kind of weird how you could be like, marriage isn't forever. Or, like, it doesn't have to be forever, but, like, so is a kid. Like, it's a little more serious than that.
I know. I'm like, you're, like, you're so right. It's like, marriage is way too serious. But I'm like, you brought a whole child into this world.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to our podcast.
My name is Nicole.
My name is Isela.
And this is Muchachalacas.
Cheers.
Oh my god, I love it. Are you okay?
It's so sweet.
I'm drinking that bit of wax and... Anyway.
Oh my god.
So, Isela, what do you think about dreams?
I think dreams are insane. I can't even explain that my dreams don't make any sense ever compared to most people's, I feel like. And I feel like if there was like an alien invasion, I would be abducted because they would want to know like what's going on
study
inside
your
my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Not to be the main character, but I think my brain's kind of interesting.
I kind of agree though. I really wish they could invent something where you could just like watch them back. Because there's some dreams where I'm like,
wait a minute.
Like that was kind of good. I want to watch that again. Yeah. And then there's dreams that, because I think you can dream, isn't there a thing where you can dream like a whole day or something in like a few minutes?
Yeah, like most of your dreams only last like 2 to 3 minutes, no matter how long they feel. Like my dreams feel like 2.5 hour long movies, but it really like only happens within like a really short time span.
No, literally, I feel like my dreams feel like they last months or something. Like they're so long.
I don't know. I don't understand like
dreams are fake.
Dreams aren't real.
Dreams are not real. There's no way.
What do you think about dreams?
I think they're crazy as well. I feel like there's just, how do we study dreams? Like how realistically, how do we interpret them, or like how do, because there's always like the woo-woo stuff that's like, oh, every meaning has a dream, but then
every dream has a meaning.
Why do I keep doing that?
I was like, it makes sense, but like I feel like I should correct her.
I feel like I did that in the other episode too.
You did.
That's so annoying.
No, I love it.
No. Anyway, I don't even know what I was saying. Oh yeah, that like there's meaning to everything, but then you're dreaming about like a chicken or something, and there's absolutely no meaning to it.
You're standing in the middle of the ocean, and there's like.
Yeah, it's like the scene from Moana with like the chicken and the pig. Literally, like what is the meaning of that? But
I just feel like I know every like. I agree with you. I don't understand how you like study a dream. I think the furthest that they can do, which I know that they do, is study the science of your brain when you're having a dream, but not what not what it means, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me that there's like lists of like whatyourdreammeans.com. It's like, but what if that's not what it means?
Yeah. I also think it's crazy how we've all at least had the same dream at least once.
Yeah.
You know, maybe not like actually like everybody's had the same dream, but we've all dreamt about like falling.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like when you're like
yeah, you're just like, or we've all dreamt about our teeth falling out. It's just
Yeah.
disgusting. Like every time I think about the dreams I've had like that, I'm like, because you can literally feel them.
I think
Ugh.
I've only had that dream one time, and that was like a month ago.
I know, you told me.
My whole life. And that was the worst feeling ever. I feel like when I woke up, I was
changed.
like...
Ooh. No, dude, I've had that dream multiple times, and every single time I can, like, feel how my teeth fall out.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting, and I'm like, I never want to feel that again.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what that's like.
This might be, like... I don't know if you've ever had a dream like this, but, like, when there's, like, bugs crawling on you. Have you ever? I've only had that kind of dream once, too, and I woke up and I had to take a shower because I felt so...
Like, why do they feel so real?
I don't know.
See, we have questions and we need answers.
We need answers.
Anyway, so we're going to talk about, like, dreams for a little bit, like, scientifically, what dreams mean. But then we have something fun for everybody. We asked a few of our followers to send us some of their craziest dreams, and we got some really crazy dreams.
Some that I can't believe. And we're also going to be sharing some of our own dreams that we had. So please stay tuned, because I feel like this is going to be a good episode.
I know. I'm excited for this episode. So, to start off, we had to obviously Google. We had to Google what dreams were. So, what we found was dreams are a way for our brain to process things that we face in our everyday lives. So, like anxieties, emotions, experiences, things that we just could not process at the time, or that were just too much for us to process.
Yeah, like a message from your subconscious to yourself, trying to convey the message.
Yeah, which makes sense, I think, you know?
I think it is too. I mean, okay, random question, but when you think of your subconscious, like, where do you think it's at?
I've never had to think about this before.
I imagine it like back here.
Yeah. Oh, well, not back here. I always imagine it like here, somewhere.
Okay, so like kind of a subtopic. When you think of a soul, do you think of it like? I think of it like here.
Oh, that's crazy.
Maybe that's not. Maybe that's not like a hot take. Maybe everyone thinks of it like that. I guess your subconscious. I feel like it's obviously a part of your brain, but I just wonder how it like stores
information
that your brain doesn't, you know?
Yeah, because like, so then you know how there's like the woo-woo community, like the manifestation community and everything, that they're like, your subconscious doesn't know. Tell yourself this because your subconscious doesn't know the difference between like reality and this. Which like in a way I think it's kind of true, because when you go to therapy and stuff, that's one of the reasons they have you do affirmations,
help you
right?
Dig into like
to process your traumas and stuff like that. But in a way, why would they tell us to do affirmations if they didn't actually work? You know, to change the way that you think.
I guess I just like wonder how they got to that point where they're like, you need to reach deep into your subconscious.
How did they get to any point? Like, how did we get here?
Good question.
I don't know. But yeah, basically dreams are a way to process things. But then it also said that it can be a message, like meaningful, because it's a way for your subconscious to tell you something, like a message to you about how you should do something.
See,
that's another thing I don't understand. How is your subconscious smarter than you? Why is there like two different people in my head? Because like there's like my subconscious, and then there's the yapper in me.
And then there's the part that
won't
and then there's
stop
me.
Talking. Yeah, then there's like the yapper that gives me anxiety, that like tells me all of these things, but my subconscious is like, no, child. Like,
I will speak to you in your dream.
Yeah, like how does that work? How does that happen?
I don't know. And I don't understand how when you wake up from a dream, I don't think, well, for me, my first reaction isn't, what did that mean? Let me think and analyze it. I'm like, whoa, that was crazy.
I know. Whenever it's like a really, really, really crazy dream, I'm like, I have to tell somebody about this. I have to write this down so I don't forget it.
Really fast. I wake up and I'm like,
yeah. And then. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't really start analyzing them until I like, first I remember it, because sometimes I wake up and I'm like, whoa, that was crazy. I can't believe I...
And then you blink and it's gone.
I take a quick look.
Yeah. Yeah, that's happened to me before too, where I'm just kind of like, whoa.
Like you hear a noise a mile away. And you're like,
yeah. And then I'm like, what was I thinking about?
It's so annoying because I'm like, wait, go back a few seconds, like remember it, and
you're
then
like, wait, that was good.
I feel like I've missed out on a lot of good dreams because of that.
Same. Like there's so much that I could have been telling people, but nope.
How annoying.
Yeah, but so that's just like a little bit, and then I googled some other stuff like reoccurring dreams, because I barely had this experience for the first time like a month ago, where I had a recurring dream for like 2 nights in a row.
Really?
Yeah, and that's never happened to me. So when it happened, it wasn't even anything bad. It was just kind of like a little funny. And then when I woke up in the morning, I was like, well, that was crazy.
That was weird.
That's familiar. I don't know.
I've never had a reoccurring dream. I think the closest I've ever had to that was like, if I had a dream and I remembered it, I'm like, I want to finish that dream. So then the next night, I'm like, okay, this is what happened. And then when I fall asleep, it like picks up.
You continue
right
it?
off, yeah.
So that's not what happened. I just kind of fell asleep and I was back in the wherever I was.
Like, it was crazy.
Yeah. That's like recurring dreams. So basically what I googled about recurring dreams is that when they happen, it's because so to start off with, it says adults who experience frequent recurring dreams tend to have worse psychological health than those who do not.
Oh, that's great.
I know. When I saw that, I was like,
weird. So that means that, I guess, based on what we talked about before, that your subconscious is like, come on, get the hint.
Basically, what it says is that it's a way for them to work through their unmet needs or process trauma. So what somebody can resolve in a day, it takes them several days. Basically, they're a little slow. I'm just kidding.
That reminds me, I reference iCarly in like every single video but there was an episode where Sam had a reoccurring dream that a monster stole her soup. And she
remember this.
Yeah. And so Spencer dresses up as the monster and eats her soup and she beats him up.
And then the dream stopped, right? Yes, I remember this.
I don't remember the significance of the monster, but that's, that was her trauma.
Nice. But yeah, I don't know, dreams are crazy. Like, yeah, that's the reason we have nightmares too. It's because of the stress and anxiety that we had throughout the day. It just kind of like cycles into the night.
Yeah. Do you have nightmares often?
No.
I don't either. I feel like they're so rare that when they do happen, I'm like, and my heart is like.
I feel like my nightmares are so. I can't even tell you the last time I had a nightmare. But there have been dreams that I have that are so vivid, and they're not necessarily good dreams, but I wouldn't consider them nightmares either.
They're just like.
They're just really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get those too. Or like, I don't know, like, they might not even be bad, but they're like tense. So then you're like, you wake up still a little stressed.
You're like
a little shaken.
It's like, I don't know if there's a way for me to say this in English, but in Spanish there's a common meme that it's like, ya empecé a decir, dormí pero no descansé. Like, I slept, but I didn't rest. Yeah. I'm like, I agree.
Me every night.
Yeah.
When I wake up with my eye bags, like.
Yeah, dude, with my, like, under eyes, like, dark as hell. Crazy. But kind of going back to that, like, topic about how we've all kind of had the same dreams. I want to talk about that because it's kind of interesting how we've all had similar dreams, like a similar topic, not necessarily the same dream.
I think, like, a different way to word it is, like, a dream with the same message.
Yeah, or, basically. Well,
why are we thinking of the same dream?
Yeah, basically, I googled what are the top dreams that people report, and I got the top 11.
All right.
So number 1.
Rapid fire it. See if we've had those dreams.
We for sure have. I promise you. So number 1 is being chased. Number 2, falling. Number 3, flying.
I've never had a flying dream.
Dude, I be flying in all my dreams. Like, what do you mean? I fly all the damn time. It's crazy.
Really?
And it's always like a superpower of mine in my dreams. Like, I'm the only one who can fly.
That's nuts.
Yeah, like, I'm the only one who can fly, and then I, like, always end up teaching people how to fly, too. And then I'm always kind of, like, fighting a witch while flying, too.
What? So yours are, like, action movies.
Basically. Yeah, so flying is number 3. Death is number 4. Being naked is number 5.
I've never had
a dream about being naked. Well, but in, like, a different context.
I'm like, enough. This is a family.
The children. Mango. Oh my god. Number 6 is water. Number 7 sucks. And number 8, finding money or valuables. Number 9, a house.
House.
It literally just says house. Number 10, losing teeth. Like, every time. I can't.
Yeah.
Number 11, going on a journey.
I mean,
All of my
guess,
dreams are journeys,
yeah.
so.
None of mine take place, like,
In a specific
this
place.
universe.
Oh, no, never. Do you think that dreams, because I know that that's like a
I know
theory.
exactly what you're going to say, like, alternate realities.
Yes, like you
Yeah.
can jump dimensions with your dreams.
I don't know, because if that is true, I'm gonna be so jealous, because the girl in the Isella in my dreams living the life. She's dating all of the celebrity crushes.
No, literally. It's like she's cool.
I would be
I
friends
want to
with
be her. Yeah, for real. But
Oh, was that it?
yeah, those are all the most current dreams.
Out of all of those, I mean, falling, but I've also read that having a dream that you're falling, it's not really like a dream, it's kind of just like your heart rate slows down too fast. That your brain
I've
sends
heard
like
of
a
that,
signal
too.
to be like, wait a minute, you're still awake, or you're
Yeah.
still alive, like,
Wait.
don't play games.
Yeah. It's like, hold on. No, I've heard of that too, that it's like when you're close to death, so then your body's like, wow.
That scares me to think about that.
I know.
My heart is so at peace.
I
It's
know.
Like, it's like,
It's beating so dang slow that my brain is like, hold on, buddy.
We didn't get the message.
I know you're chilling, but you can't chill that much.
You're not chill like that.
We got some stuff to complete first. Yeah, I've heard of that too.
Yeah.
I've also heard that like losing teeth is when you've got a lot of like stress or you're afraid that you're gonna lose something. And that's why you lose your teeth. I mean, it makes sense, right? You're like losing something.
Yeah, but you know my life. Like, how does that correlate with me?
Girl, you know my life. How would that ever correlate with me?
And our subconscious is like, oh, do I have a story for them tonight?
My subconscious is like, oh, you don't want to understand? I'ma make you understand.
Not the threat.
Every time I picture my subconscious, I think of like an older, wiser woman just kind of like... like an older version of me just kind of like, oh my god.
Oh my gosh, old and wise Nicole.
Yikes. I don't know.
I love that, actually. I've never thought of a person for my subconscious.
I mean, I just, giving it a little personality.
I've never had a dream about water like that, though.
I have.
What does it mean? Just like being in the ocean, or like in a body of water, or like...
It says, water in a dream often has something important to communicate, just as it does a waking life. Consider the various ways we interact with water. We depend on water for life. Our emotions flow through our tears. We are carried in water before we are born. Some religious traditions use water in rituals of initiation and purification. In a dream, water can appear in many forms, each having a particular meaning. It might signify a tidal wave of emotion, or being immersed in your deeper feelings, or your own soul recognizing a fresh start. Or perhaps a place where your waking life is stagnant. Dream tending teaches you to become curious about particular details of the water that you encounter in order to connect with what is uniquely true for you. Right. So, in other words, yes. I don't think it matters, just water.
I don't think I've ever had a dream.
Really? I feel like all of my dreams revolve around water. There's been dreams where I've like a water goddess, I guess, because I can breathe in water.
Oh,
and I
you're
can
a
go
mermaid.
Like, but I'm not. I don't have a tail. Like, I'm a human. I can just breathe underwater, and it happens all the time. Like every single time. And there's water in my dreams a lot. Like a lot.
So what does that mean about you?
I don't know. I'm a Cancer. I'm a Cancer moon.
You're like,
does that mean
must
anything?
correlate somehow.
Yeah, so now that we've gotten some research out of the way,
shall
we begin with the stories?
Yes. Oh, I'm
now,
so excited.
Before we begin, I want to take a second to thank everybody who submitted a dream. We
Yes.
appreciate it so much. That was so cool.
It was so interesting.
It was so interesting. And yeah, everything's gonna remain anonymous, so like we're not gonna dox anybody.
Don't worry, but if you know who you are.
If you know, you know. I mean, if you want to say something for yourself.
And also, if we start analyzing you,
we apologize in advance.
Don't take it too seriously.
And we're not professionals.
We're dream scientists.
As of today.
Yeah. We did our research, so.
So, shall we begin?
Yes.
So this is the first submission. I recorded it. So we're just gonna play it. We're not reading this time around.
Should we put it here?
Yeah, let's do it. I'll just hold it.
Okay.
It was like I was living like a different life, no? Like I woke up in a house and there was like this bench area and there was like trees and everything, and like for some reason like I would wake up like I was living another life in my dream. So like I would like pass days and like every day, every morning I would go to this one bench and like feed this one bird that would always go. It was like this little white bird. And like I would feed it every day. Like I would just feed it little pieces of bread. And like it just became like a little like no sé, like a hobby. And then like after a while like this fucking bird starts talking to me. And I was like, okay, like we would talk about like how my life, like at the time, like I felt like I was a little like off and like a little depressed. Like it was like that type of, you know, I was going through a phase. So like it was telling me like, oh, like just keep going, and like it was like you'll be successful, you'll do good, like trying to like motivate me. And then one day, like when I was like about to lose like all of it, like I was like, I'm just done. Like this bird starts talking to me, but I like every single day I would look straight to it, you know, like I would look straight into his eyes. And then this day I didn't talk to it, like I wasn't facing it, I was just with my head down. I didn't feed it this day. And then the next day I turned to look at it, and it was like me. It was like my old me. Like I had I was missing hair. I had like white hair already. I was kind of chunky. Like I was like 70-year-old me, you know? Like todo arrugado. Like it was an old man, and like he was telling me how like if I kept going down this path, like just keep pushing and like working hard, like all the things that I could achieve and like all the beautiful things that he went through, and it was just crazy. Cause then I woke up right after that, and I was like, what the hell? And it got me through it, I guess.
Aww. We love that. See, that's the kind of dream that I feel like, yeah, dreams do have meanings.
Yeah, his subconscious was working hard.
But like, what if it was an alternate reality thing where it's like himself from another alternate reality coming back
and being like, yo, dude.
Or what if he really is a time traveler? And he came back to tell him that
I don't know.
in the form of a bird. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was like really crazy because he was literally saying like he saw himself as an old person. Like I don't know about you, but if I was dreaming and then it's just old me, I would panic.
I don't even think at the time, like during the dream, I would even notice. Like I wouldn't
even register it.
Yeah, when I woke up, I'd be like, wait a minute.
Well, clearly he knew that it was him, like
yeah.
immediately. But the bird just kind of like transformed and it was him. Like I think that's crazy.
It's like a spirit animal.
Does a little white bird?
Does he have any like connections with birds?
No.
You're like, now that I think about it, he had a bird as a pet.
No, he's never even touched a bird, I think.
That, I don't know. I think that's really interesting.
That was crazy, huh?
It is.
But yeah, that was the first submission. I don't think we're going to analyze it too much because what is there to analyze?
I think he analyzed it.
He analyzed it for himself, yeah.
He's good at this game. No, I really like that actually. I think, like, I've had dreams where, like, family members who have passed away were in it. But, like, I don't remember them. Like, like, I don't remember what they were like because I was little when they passed away.
Oh, but you, like, remember them enough for them to be in your dream?
Like, I remember what they look like. And,
is it, like, one of those things that you can't, like, people say, oh, I've dreamt of somebody that I've never seen before, but you must have seen them even if it was just for a second.
Well, yeah, but it was, like, family that knew me when I was little, but they passed away before I was, like, able to, like, know, you know? And, like, he was in my dream and, like, talking to me and, like, giving me advice and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But this dream happened, like, 20 years after he passed away.
Oh, whoa.
So that's why I'm like, how would my brain even remember what his voice sounds like or, like,
insane.
anything? Like, I'm like, was he visiting me in my dream? Because I did look that one up after, and I'm like, kind of same vibes. Like, was it at a time in my life where, like, I needed, like,
you needed
older
to hear
wisdom?
It?
Yeah. Like, that's kind of crazy to me. Have you ever had, like, someone visit you in a dream?
I mean, I've dreamt of, like, my abuelito who's passed, but it wasn't like he was visiting me. He was just in the dream.
It makes sense.
You know?
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pretty crazy, though.
It's weird to think about. Like, so I got this submission, and it says, from the time I was around 8 years old, I'd have a dream every Halloween night. I was in our hometown, and it started the day before Halloween. We were preparing to go trick-or-treating and found out there was a killer on the loose. I would go through several different adventures with my friends, strangers, and new characters. The crazy thing here is the dream would stop when I'd wake up and pick up at the same exact place when I went to sleep the next year on Halloween.
What?
So I had an ongoing series of events each year on Halloween through my dreams that would include me evading this mysterious serial killer terrorizing the town. I think this dream continued until I was 13 or 14 years old.
That's crazy.
I can't even imagine, like...
It's like you just know
that when you go to bed, you're going to continue.
Especially, like, that on that day.
Yeah.
Specifically.
And, like, same characters, same storyline.
Yeah. Do you think it was, like... her subconscious. Just kidding.
Is that even classified as a reoccurring dream?
Yeah, I mean, technically it is because it keeps happening. But I feel like recurring dreams happen
more often than once a year.
But then again, I don't know, because there's been people who, like, say that they've had recurring dreams, but, like, every few months and stuff. So I believe it.
Yeah.
I just think that's insane.
If I were her by, like, year 10 or 11, I'd be like, all right, time to finish this.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. It's like, all right, let's get going.
It's like when your show season ends.
Yeah.
And then it picks up again.
But do you remember back in the day when they would release, like, an episode a week?
Mm-hmm.
And you would tune in, you'd be like, it's like that.
Yeah. But yearly is crazy.
I know, just once a year. How do you even remember what would happen? Like, the series?
Your subconscious is, like, racking through files, like, pulling them out, ready to go.
For real.
That's crazy. When I read it, I couldn't believe it, because I was like, I've heard of reoccurring dreams, obviously, like we talked about, but, like, I don't know, just that far apart just seems so insane to me.
Yeah. That's really crazy. Okay, so this next one, wait, I have a point to make about the one that you just read. So you know how like on Google it said that people with recurring dreams need to process things and like
your traumas.
They need help. What does that say about them? Because it's like Halloween and a serial killer, and it happened once a year. Do you think they have some trauma around Halloween that they never processed? Like maybe when they were really little, they saw like a serial killer movie.
Yeah.
And now every year on
like
that.
You're just like a little afraid of scary movies or like murderers being on the loose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like digging deeper into that.
To analyze.
Yeah, just to like.
No, yeah.
Just a thought.
I feel like that's what I was thinking too. Like maybe there was like a scary movie or a scary story, or because everyone hears scary stories as little kids, especially in like small towns like where I grew up. There's all kinds of stories that go on.
Obviously.
So it's like maybe there was a story that she heard that she was like, and then it just transferred on and it stuck with her.
Yeah, she was traumatized.
Or maybe she's just a director.
She's just special like that. Alright, so moving on. I have a story. this was submitted by a family member. In case you hear like cousins and family and stuff, that's why. But it says, I had this dream every few months when I was younger. It was about all of the cousins, and we were all in a car with my oldest cousin. And he was driving because he was the oldest, and the car stopped working. And we all just wanted to get some snacks, but we ended up getting in a huge accident because the brakes stopped working, and we ran into some stone wall before entering the street to my abuelita's house.
Oh my God.
It's so strange because I can still feel the car and how it rolled back. I had this dream for so long, and another cousin of ours dreamt this too. We were super small, and I still picture it. It was horrifying.
That's really scary.
Isn't? I think the scariest part is that multiple
yeah.
people dreamt this.
Oh my goodness, I don't know.
I know.
I feel like...
How do we analyze that?
I know, I'm like, well, where do I start?
I know. I mean, the only thing I can really think about is like, maybe there's like a shared trauma in there, because she said it was recurring.
Did something happen when they were little?
I don't think so. I don't remember anything happening to any of us.
Like no kinds of accidents or like even near accidents or like...
I mean, that I remember? No.
Were you in the dream too?
All of us were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Don't you love that you were like a side character?
I was like a side character in two people's dreams, apparently.
And we'll get to that. You were like a main character in mine.
But yeah, so
no, that I agree. I think the craziest part is that it's happened to more than one person.
I think that's crazy. Like, can that happen where you guys will dream this exact same thing? Like more than one person will dream the exact same thing.
Let's experiment. Let's like try to think of the same scenarios before bed and then see if we can dream about it.
A One Direction reunion.
Okay. I'm like, who do you want to date in my dream?
Who do you call dibs on? Oh my God.
No, but yeah, I wonder if it's like the same exact scenario, you know, like the same shot. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, did they both dream of it from like watching it up here, or was it from wherever they were sitting in the car, or like?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Interesting.
Yep.
I like that.
It was wild.
That is kind of crazy. Should I do another, like, reoccurring kind? Or should I just do whatever?
Do whichever you like. Whatever's next on the list.
Okay. So the next submission is, I had a dream once that I woke up in a pod and I had a clone of me. And I started to be able to lucid dream for the first time ever. And when I realized I was dreaming, I took control of my dream, and the clone grabbed me by the arm and told me I could never tell anyone in my dream that I was awake or they would kill me. First and only time I've ever been able to control my dreams.
I don't know how to feel about that.
That one also kind of feels like alternate reality.
That feels very much alternate. Like, because of the clone.
Yeah.
And the clone having consciousness
and
like
the
that.
clone being able to say, you can't say anything about this. And he's like, wait, what? I'd be scared. I'd be like, I have to tell somebody. I'd be like, can I at least tell Nicole?
Yeah. I'd be like, can I at least tell you to like the clone? Can we at least process this? No, literally, I'm a yapper. I would die. I would be murdered off.
You're trying to keep it in.
They're gonna come and check me and be like, I can try it.
So that's crazy. Knowing him and his personality, I feel like he likes to have like control of things. So maybe that was like a...
Wait, I like to have control of things, and that's never... not outing myself, but like, it's true. But I've never had that happen to me. The most I can control is like waking up and then falling back asleep and just redreaming the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never lucid dreamed before. I hope it never happens. But Because I remember seeing on TV when I was little, like, you can control your dreams. Like, it's up to you what happens in it. And I tried it that night. And I remember it so specifically. I was on a yacht. And my whole family was there. And I was like, wait a minute, I can control this dream. And then, like, I started doing different things. I wasn't controlling it, like, storyline. I was, like, redecorating. Okay, I was redecorating the yacht. So I was, like, moving furniture around.
You're
and
like, yep.
I'm like, I'm doing it. I'm controlling my dreams. And then another Isella appeared and was like, you can't do that. That's not allowed. And I was like, what do you mean? I can control my dreams. And they're like, no, not like this. You can't. That's literally all that happened. So I was like, okay, so you can't control your dreams.
You're like, I was lied to.
I was like, well, that was weird. But
That's funny.
that's like,
I can't relate. I've never had control. I just go with the flow, I guess.
ever since then, I never tried to control it.
Sad. So the next story. So it starts, it's crazy, girl. I had a dream that I was on top of a hill and then suddenly it went black. And I was on the hill and a bunch of baby heads started rolling off of the hill. And when they reached the end, they started crying. I didn't sleep for the next week.
What?
So what's your diagnosis? I don't know what to say.
I don't have words. What do you mean baby heads? Like,
It says baby head. It says.
like real baby heads? Or like doll heads?
Because she said she was on top of the hill and all of a sudden it went black. And when I was reading this, I imagined just like a hole
Mm-hmm.
formed in the ground. I don't know why that came to my mind, but I just imagined like a black hole and then a bunch of baby heads, little baby heads just started like.
Yeah, but like
And then
what's
they
that
were crying.
mean?
I don't know. It's a cry for help.
Maybe it's like a fear of,
No clue.
I don't know, I don't want to say like a fear of, I don't know, I can't, no analysis from me. That one's kind of hard.
I don't even know what to tell you.
That one sounds like kind of like a nightmare, low-key.
Yeah. I agree. And then for her to not be able to sleep for the next week. Yikes.
I don't know, because I feel like every time I close my eyes, I'd be like, like,
Yeah.
like I would see it.
I would.
So this one, okay, so it says, okay, this sounds crazy and hear me out. When I was little, like in second grade little, I would have dreams that I needed to use the bathroom really bad and how I couldn't find anywhere to go. And then finally I found somewhere to pee and then I would wake up with my bed wet.
See, your subconscious was trying to tell you
So
something.
wake up and go to the bathroom.
It was like, get up! Yikes.
That, I feel like that's pretty normal though.
Brave for you to admit it, but I feel like we've all had that happen at some point, you know?
Yeah. No, yeah. It's just
Crazy.
annoying because I feel like that's just like a regular body function that if I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom, you know? Like I feel like my brain should just be like, alright, like don't send me messages in my dream.
I know.
Just wake me up so I can go.
How do we learn to hold it while we sleep? Sorry, existential thought,
I
but
feel like that's more of an anatomy
is
kind
it?
of topic, yeah.
But no, for real, how? Like, we just know to not now.
I mean, maybe that's why it was a thing when you're a little kid, not to, because
But
you
yeah,
don't
but
know
then-
how to.
Then
So then, because you don't know how to, and then you do it, like, it's a consequence. So then your brain was like, oh, that was negative. Don't do that anymore.
well, I guess that's true.
I don't know. I do like that was submitted, though, because
Yeah,
that's such a,
normal
that's
thing.
so normal.
It's so normal. Even though it's like a little embarrassing, but
Yeah.
it's normal. It's a
Yeah.
natural bodily function.
Mm-hmm.
So, this next submission that I got, they typed it all in Spanish. So,
Nicole's bilingual brain is gonna shine.
so I'm gonna have to read it in Spanish first because I don't remember details.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
And-
you read like a message.
Yeah, I was gonna,
each.
because it's a lot. So I'm gonna read and then I will translate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's start.
Mhm.
It says, he soñado 4 veces en el mismo lugar, que es un lugar que no conozco. pero en mis sueños ya sé cómo es la zona. So basically he's dreamt of this exact same place 4 different times, but he doesn't know this place. Like he hasn't actually been there.
4 times?
4 times.
Okay.
He hasn't actually been there, but in his dreams he like knows where he's at. Like he starts dreaming, he's like, yeah, we're here again.
Crazy?
Yeah. And then it says, te platico, es una montaña llena de casas tipo favelas. Como no. El primer sueño me iba siguiendo un tipo muy sospechoso. Cuando miré que metió su mano como para sacar una arma, opté por correr. Él corrió atrás de mí y llegué a un callejón sin salida. El tipo me apuntó a la cabeza y desperté. So it says, let me tell you, in the dream the place is on a mountain, kind of like the houses from where I'm from. Which you've been to like, you've seen pictures. Yeah. So like the houses are literally on the hill, like they're just everywhere. And then it says that in this first dream, he was being followed by like a suspicious guy, and when he looked back, the guy was like reaching into his pants kind of like to pull out a gun. And so he started running, and the guy started running behind him, and he went into this alley that didn't have an exit. And because it didn't have an exit, he was trapped. So then the guy pointed the gun at his head, and he woke up.
That's scary.
So that was the first dream.
Oh my God.
And then it says, el segundo sueño me iban siguiendo 2 policías. La misma situación de correr, pero esta vez llegué por donde entré al callejón y en mi sueño pensé, por ahí no, porque no tiene salida. Seguí recto y me metí por unas casas. Un policía quedó en el callejón sin salida, pero en las casas entré y tenían un perro enorme. Me detuve y me atrapó el otro policía. Desperté. So, what he's saying, in dream number 2, he was being chased by 2 policemen, and it was the same situation. He says that he started running, and that in the dream, he ended up in the same place where the alleyway was, and that he remembered and he thought in his head, no, not there, because there's no exit. So then he went straight, and he went in through some houses. One of the policemen stayed in the alleyway with no exit, but the other one followed him through the houses. But when he got through the houses, there was like a really big dog that like trapped him, and the other policeman, and then he woke up. And then let me get to dream number 3. So then, la tercera vez me tenían secuestrado 3 tipos, pero por una razón me llevaban caminando. Era el mismo lugar. Corrí para intentar escapar. Entonces yo sabía lo del callejón y lo del perro. Entonces ahí me deshice de 2 tipos. El primero terminó en el callejón sin salida, el segundo con el perro y el tercero seguía atrás de mí. Terminé cayendo en una alcantarilla y desperté. So basically, so dream number 3, he was kidnapped, I guess you could say, kidnapped by 3 people, but for some reason they had him like walking
in the like same place. Free.
Yeah, in the same place. So he started running again to try to escape. And by that point, he knew about the alleyway. He knew about the dogs. So he was like, well, I can't go through those places. But then he like started losing people, right?
Like the people that were with him in the dream?
That had him kidnapped. So the first guy ended up in the alleyway with no exit. The second guy ended up with the dog. And then the third guy ended up following him, but then he fell into one of the, like, what do you call those?
Like a pothole? A manhole?
No, not the pothole. The ones that lead to, like, the sewer.
A manhole.
Is that what you call them? Oh. Well, yeah, he fell in there, and then he woke up. And
or,
then,
like, just a sewer hole.
like, you know where, like, the Ninja Turtles come out of?
That's a pothole.
That's a pothole. I thought potholes were just, like, the holes.
Oh, I mean a manhole. I meant to say manhole. Those are manholes.
Yeah, so then...
Unless they're not, and I'm just dead.
I don't know. I thought they had a different name.
It's a manhole. A utility hole, maintenance hole, or sewer hole.
Pero la cuarta vez iba solo. Entonces solo iba caminando, pero yo era consciente de lo que había pasado antes. Miré el callejón, miré al perro y a la alcantarilla, y en mi mente fue de que yo sabía que esto estaba aquí. Y estaba un señor sentado y solo me dijo, tú no eres de aquí, y aún así ya conoces el lugar. Solo me reí y seguí caminando y desperté. So in the 4th dream, he was by himself. He was just kind of like walking around, and he was looking at his like surroundings, and he's like, I know the alley, I know where the dog is, I know where like the manhole is. And I guess there's this guy that was just sitting, and he's like, you're not from here, but you still know the place. And the guy in the dream just kind of like laughed, and he kept walking, and then he woke up. So
well,
I think that's weird.
Anticlimactic.
The ending, yeah. But isn't that weird?
That is weird. I wonder. It's the you're not from here, are you?
But no. I thought that was kind of crazy because, okay, in a way, when you analyze it, it is a recurring dream, and in all of the dreams except the last one, he was being chased.
Yeah.
So it that he like solved his trauma at the
ending,
end?
Yeah, it was like closure. It was a closure dream. Like maybe the man that he talked to at the end was like a version of him, you know?
Like the first dream?
Yeah, like his future self being, you know, being like
a good sport.
Yeah. You know, from here.
I don't know, but I thought that was interesting because in a way it's like he knows the place but he's never been there.
Mm-hmm. It's like a world that he created in his head.
Or maybe he like jumped a dimension.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It could be.
No, I know. I just think that's crazy because like I wonder how far apart these dreams were. That like
True.
Yeah, because if it was like every night I'd be like, okay.
Like,
but if it was like
months apart,
like long time spans, I'd be like, whoa.
It's a little crazy, huh?
No, that's interesting though. I like the idea of creating like the idea of creating another world in your head or like jumping universe or realities. Like that's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's kind of really crazy. I mean, still though, I hope your trauma is resolved and you don't end up there again.
I feel like it would be if he hasn't had that dream for a while.
Maybe. Follow up. We have questions.
We need answers. Okay. So, my next one is... Actually, this was my friend's dream, and I remember the whole story. She didn't explain it. It just said, IDK if you remember, but this one dream. And she explained, like, a little piece of it, so I'll just say what happens. But she basically was in her dream, something was happening. I don't remember specifics. This was years ago. Mm-hmm. But she was doing something, and there was, like, a timer. And she knew, like, in her head that at the end of this timer that she was going to die. And so she was, like, trying to do things while, like, this timer was going down to, I don't know, live the rest of her life. And then
that's scary.
She could tell, like, as the timer was getting lower and lower, like, as it was counting down from, like, I think it was, like, 10 seconds or something, she was, like, her heart was beating really fast and she was, like, breathing really heavily. And as soon as it hit 0, she woke up. But, like, she was still having those reactions. Like, her heart was still beating and... Well, beating fast.
Yeah. Obviously it was beating.
But, like, she said she was, like, it was hot and she was breathing heavy. And I was like, that... The dreams that give you actual physical reactions, it's just... It's so weird to me because your brain probably thinks it's so real.
Yeah, your conscious doesn't know the difference between... Just kidding.
The subconscious is it's getting a bad rep in my head.
But dang, dude, I would cry. I wouldn't want to go back to sleep after that.
I know. I think I've had a dream like that before too, but like it wasn't like
a dream like that.
A running timer. It was just like
I've had a dream about
I knew that I was gonna die at the end of the dream, but I never did.
Yeah, technically, yeah. Same. I feel like I'm gonna share this one dream that I had because I don't remember it very much, but it was like it was back when I was like a child. Like I think it was, you know how back in 2012 everybody was saying that the world was gonna end. Yeah. I was very scared of that.
Me too.
I was terrified.
I was a believer.
Yeah, no, me too. I was dead. I was like, bro, I'm fucking 12.
And I still had school on that day.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna kill me off at 12. Like, are you kidding me?
The public school system.
For real. And at the time, obviously, I was like a kid, so I was, you're gonna kill me before I have my first kiss. Like I was, you know. Mm-hmm. But I remember there was this one time, I don't know what I saw on the TV because my parents love the news. At least my dad, he loves watching the news.
It's such a dad thing where they stand at the TV like this.
And my dad doesn't even watch it because he's like on his laptop at the same time. I'm like, is it background noise? Like it gives me anxiety. Turn it off.
He just doesn't want to sit in silence.
Yeah. But I don't know what was going on, but like there were several places throughout the world that were flooding, and I was like, it's happening. And so I went to bed that night, and I was so traumatized.
Do you think you'd be able to sleep if you knew that the world was gonna end?
No. No, absolutely not. I don't know what I would do.
Just be laying there like
don't
that
know.
meme with the red eyes.
You know, I have no idea what I would do. I don't want to think about it though.
I
That's like,
know.
it gives me anxiety.
That's like a whole nother conversation.
Yeah. But basically in this dream, it was basically that. Like, we were just living life like normal. But then they told us that there was this meteor that was going to hit Earth and we were all going to die, basically, on the news. And so it was really weird because I remember it was at my nana used to live in a trailer, like in a little trailer park when I was very, very little. Like, back when we would only stay there when I had to go to school because we would live in Mexico. We would just come here for school and go back. But it was that house, like that little trailer house.
You were in there.
Yes, and everybody was there. But it was the house, but it was decorated differently. Like the colors were
like
all
you
different.
knew it was the house, but it wasn't
the house. Yes. And it was weird because it was the house, but then when you went outside, it was like the front yard of my house now. Like there was like the driveway was there. It was really weird. And there was this one clock, and I remember the clock vividly. It was like black and it had the numbers in white and like the little arrows in white. And I just remember
it big?
It wasn't. It was like a normal, like the classroom clocks.
Oh yeah.
Like that. And I remember in the dream, I was like, they announced that there was a meteor coming to like just hang on, I guess, you know.
Make it count.
Yeah, it's just like, well, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And at that moment, I was like freaking out, and I remember it was my mom, my dad, like my whole family was just there. And I remember just hearing like boom, you know, and I was like
when it hit.
Yeah, like I remember it, like I could hear it. And in that moment, I like looked at the clock on the wall, and the clock was just going like this, like crazy. Like it wasn't stopping. And so everybody had ran outside at this point, and I was like, oh, well, I need to go run outside and see what's going on. Like my family's over there. I'm not going to stay in here. So I run outside, and there was like no gravity. Everybody just started flying. Like we were getting sucked into the air. In that moment, I woke up.
Oh my gosh. Like it literally knocked Earth off of its
like whatever.
Axis
Yeah.
And
everybody's just like, yeah.
That's scary.
I remember when I started flirting. When I started floating, I like turned around and I was trying to grab onto anything, but there was nothing to grab onto, and just like that frustration, I was like, ah! And like then I woke up.
Wow.
And obviously you can imagine my anxiety was so much worse after that.
I'd have been a little scared after that.
I was for sure scared.
That's not it.
No, that was not it.
That's not the one.
All right, so
Scary.
I have another story.
Let's hear it.
It's a little long.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so it starts. Okay, so my boyfriend can see things. He walks around through life seeing things other people can't see. When we first met, he did not tell me until we talked about it, and I asked if he saw something in my room. He said yes. I didn't ask anything ever since because I didn't want to be scared and I wanted to sleep at night. Out of context, when I have nightmares, I redream the dream over and over again in a single night. So, that's crazy.
I would hate that.
I know, me too. So later on, one night when he stayed over, I had a dream that I was talking to my sister. But she wasn't my sister because she was younger. We were just talking on my bed where my boyfriend was to be sleeping in. Then she told me, I'm scared. I'm so scared. She kept repeating it. And since I wasn't scared of her, I asked her, what's wrong? What's wrong? So she stood up and just stared at me wide-eyed over me. Oh, like staring like over her. And then I got scared because she was scared. So I realized I was dreaming and I made myself wake up, but I didn't wake up. The dream only started again. Only this time she stood over me at the end of my bed and kept repeating herself, I'm scared, I'm scared. And she was like, let me show you. And she moved a little bit, and a tall figure with long hands and fingers started to show up behind her.
Ew.
So I made everything and tried everything to wake myself up. I twisted and turned in my dream while I felt something sharp poking my rib. When I woke up, I told my boyfriend I had a very bad dream, and we moved places, since he was sleeping against the wall. but he didn't go to sleep. He was just staring at the corner of my room, where he told me he would always see something there, very, very dark, like a void. And I asked him if he wanted to turn on the lights, but he didn't move. He was just staring. This wasn't in the dream, by the way. I had already woken up. Okay, so her boyfriend at this point, they switched places, and he's just, like, staring at the corner. So then he shot up real quick and turned on the lights. The next day I asked him what he saw. He told me he saw a little girl with long black hair staring at him and pointing to the corner of my room. He wasn't scared of the girl. He was scared of what was in the corner.
Of what she was pointing at?
Yeah. He described the girl just as I saw her in my dream. I dreamt that little girl, which I saw like a sister. And he saw it in real life, staring at us, pointing her finger to the corner of my room. Oh, so I guess the figure that she saw in her dream is what he was seeing.
He was seeing in real life.
Ooh.
Is that how it ends?
Yeah. So basically he saw the same thing that she was seeing in her dream. They had like a shared experience, but he was awake.
Oh my gosh, I wonder how they'd like... It was a girl with black hair. Yes, it was a girl with black hair. Like,
was she about 3 feet tall?
Whoa.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That's like, I feel like that's more paranormal than it is.
That's really paranormal, but I can see how the dream aspect goes into it because she was having that experience.
But he was living it.
Yeah. Do you think it's like one of those where they're so synced together that they're sharing the experience?
Yeah.
Like how my cousins.
But I wonder who the girl is. Like, I wonder if the girl is something.
Like the little girl?
Yeah. Something that they both have in common, or if it's.
Maybe it's just like the little girl was just like in the place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think it'd be anything that they'd have in common though.
I kind of hope not. Because
yeah.
I just feel like... Well, like, I guess I'm just wondering... So when the little girl was pointing in the corner, did he say what he saw in the corner?
Well, it says that it was like a really dark void of darkness.
So it wasn't the figure that she saw in her dream.
I mean, technically no, from what it's
but it could have been.
I'm assuming it was though.
Yeah.
That was that dream.
I don't like that. I really don't.
It's just, I hope you're not living there anymore. If you're watching this, I hope you're not living there anymore and that you don't see dark things anymore.
Yeah.
Because that's terrifying. I wouldn't want to sleep in that room again.
I wouldn't either. I don't think I'd be able to go back to sleep that night if she like kept repeating them.
Well, she says that she's trying to wake up, but then she kind of couldn't, and the dream would start over and over and over. No. No, thank you.
Yikes. Okay. My next one is... This one makes me laugh. I don't even think we can analyze this, but...
Go.
I think you'll know who it was that sent it after.
Will I? Let's see.
I was pregnant and having twins, and my baby daddy left me even though I was gay. Or I am gay.
I know exactly who said it.
Special shout out to her because that's so
you. That is so you. I had my doubts, and then you said what you said.
You were like, will I?
Yeah.
That's not an analyzing dream. I
just love that. I think it's so funny. And she was probably like really upset too about it.
She probably broke up like...
Yeah. She was like, excuse me. Like,
unrealistic.
You're like, you're funny, brain.
Yeah. I don't want to try and analyze it, but like, I wonder if it was at the point where she had already like been open about like her sexuality and anything, because maybe that could be a thing where it's like she wasn't yet, and then
I don't know, girl, clarify, when did you have this dream? Is it a while ago or is this recent?
Or did this happen last weekend?
Yeah. Because we've talked about having kids before, so I don't think it'd be that far-fetched.
All she wants to talk about is her having kids, and I'm like...
Yeah, you're like...
None of that.
But, like, we've... So I'm wondering if it's like that, she, like, fell asleep thinking about having kids, and... I mean, she kind of needs a man to get... Well, you don't anymore.
But I did see that.
You don't need a man anymore.
But I'm like, I guess just the submission makes me laugh because it's like, by the way, I was having twins. But anyway.
Oh, the pain.
That's just funny. I just wanted to share that one because I knew you'd know.
I have a few left to read off, but I want to start with this one because I thought it was cool.
Let's hear it.
For years, I had a recurring dream where I was being chased. Think the Prowler in Spider-Verse. In the dream, I would run and jump and dodge, trying to outrun whatever was chasing me. It wasn't always the same thing. And if I tripped or fell, I got caught, and the dream would go blank and then restart. Like I was supposed to get to the end without any mistakes or else I would die. Kind of like a video game.
Like a little adventure video game.
In a way, it's kind of fun, but at the same time, I can see how I would be tired.
Oh my gosh, I would wake up exhausted.
Yeah, exactly. I can see. I don't know.
I do like interactive dreams like that, though.
Yeah, being chased? I don't
Really?
know. Yeah, she's like, I'm dodging, I'm running, I'm jumping. It's like, parkour.
Right.
It's like, give me a towel.
A cup of water.
Super interesting, though.
No, I do
think.
like that.
Yeah.
I think.
Question, do you still have this dream?
You're going through all these challenges. Maybe it's like challenges in your real life.
No. I mean, maybe, possibly.
Okay, this one's just really funny. A bunch of naked cats, like the hairless cats is what I'm picturing.
Yeah.
Were in a gang and they attacked my cat.
Oh, no, I would cry. Mango, you'd never have to go through that.
Mingo.
I love you.
I like to think that it's the hairless cats and not like a bunch of cats like that were
I
just
don't know
shaved
why.
to the skin.
I don't know why, when you said the hairless cats, I imagined them with, like, bandanas. Like, full
Like a
gang
real
mode.
gang.
Yeah. That's really funny. I have a funny one, too. It says, I once dove headfirst out of my bed. I was dreaming I was on the dock and jumping into the water.
Wait. Wait, what was the first part?
It says, I once dove headfirst out of my bed. I was dreaming I was on a dock and jumping into water. So he went whoop, right onto the floor. See, Rem was not doing you favors because Rem is supposed to paralyze you.
Oh my gosh, just sleepwalking, like doing things in your
Dude, my
dreams.
brother sleep talks. He can have a full conversation with you, eyes open and everything, and he's fully asleep. He won't remember.
Not fun. Wait, I have a funny story. I talk in my sleep, but it's not like conversations. It's just like I say things that's happening in my dreams. But I have this friend who, I don't know if she does it anymore, but she used to talk all the time in her sleep at sleepovers. And one time we were watching a scary movie, and it's the same as your brother, eyes open and everything. And we were watching a scary movie, and then we went to bed, and then we were trying to go to bed, but she had like all the blankets or something, like we're trying to wake her up for something. And her sister was like, hey, wake up. And she turned to her, opened her eyes, and was like, please don't. And she kept saying, please don't. She said it like 5 times. She was like, please don't. Please don't, please don't. And we were like, all right, like, leave her. Like, we'll sleep in the cold. It was scary because imagine being like 13 years old watching a scary movie and then that happening. And we were like, wake up. And she was like, what? like it was like a switch where she just...
I will cry. I've never had anything like that happen with my brother. My brother's really funny because when you wake him up, he will wake up, like, he'll go like... and like fully sit up, and then he'll look at you and he'll be like, what?
Wait,
what?
The gasp?
It's always a sniff in the nose. He's always like, and then he like sits up, and then I'll be like a clear example. He would always, when we lived together, he would always be like, hey, wake me up at this time because I have to go to work at this time. And I'd be like, okay. So in the morning, I would go in, wake him up. He would do his little stand-up ritual, and then I'd be like, hey, don't you go to work at this time? And he's like, no, I don't. I'm gonna go back to sleep. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hopefully.
And I'd be like,
I do that too.
yeah, and I'd be like, oh, okay. So I'd walk out, and then an hour later he'd be like, why did you wake me up? And I was like, I told you. You literally told me that you didn't have to go in.
That happens daily. Someone will try to talk to me in the morning, and I'm like, yeah. And then I go to bed, and I'm like, we never spoke.
No idea what you're talking about.
It was the gas. Like when you wake up your mom, and they're like,
yeah. Oh my god, my mom always does that. And my mom, I don't know if this is just like a Latina mom thing or if all moms do this, but every time I wake my mom up, I'm trying to be as quiet as possible, and I'm like, Ama, and she's like, can I get it? And I'm like, oh,
They-
shut up.
they wake up like they're in the middle of battle.
He's like, and I'm like, whoa, calm
My
down.
mom is the same thing. She's like, what is it? Or I'll be like very lightly, like, hey mom. Like,
Yeah.
I try not to
Yeah.
touch her because I don't want her to be like
Like,
wake up swinging.
no, my mom is the same way. I'll like tap her very lightly, and I'm like, Ama, and she's like, what? And I'm like, damn, girl, chill out.
Like, what do they think?
And you want to know what my mom does too? And I think this is just like a my mom thing.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my brother. So when we were still living at home, my mom would wake up randomly at like 2, 3 in the morning, right? And she has curly hair, so her hair is like everywhere, right? And she would go into our rooms just to make sure we were okay.
Mm-hmm.
But she would open the door, and you just see like this figure with crazy hair, and she's short. She's 5 feet tall, so you just see like this little midget walk in with like her big old hair, and then you would wake up obviously because there's light coming into your room now.
Yeah.
So then I would be like, Ama,
A ghost.
Ama. No, like I knew it was her, so I'd start calling her name. I'd be like, Ama, Ama, and she just wouldn't say anything. She'd just stand there, and I'd
Did she
be like,
remember like doing
Yeah.
it? Oh.
And
So
I'm
she
like,
just wasn't answering.
yeah, I'm like, why didn't you answer? And she was like, I was just checking on you. And I'm like, you didn't answer. And there was other times where the thing would walk up to you, like she would walk up to you, and you'd be like, Ama. It's because it looked like a thing.
I was like, wait, another character has entered the story.
That was my mom. But she would walk up to you, and then she'd put her like finger under your
To make
nose.
sure you're breathing.
Yeah, but she wouldn't say anything. So it'd be like,
So you wake
it'd be
up.
like, Ama, and then she'd just go, and I'm like, Ma!
Like I'm clearly talking.
Yeah, it's like I'm awake, I'm alive, I swear.
Imagine if you did that like without even thinking, and I'm spending the night, and I wake up and you're like,
I don't know what I would do.
I'd be like, I'm gonna go. I think
Be
I'll-
like, thanks for letting me stay,
I'll
but
shut
pick up my
myself
head
up.
out. Oh my god, that's too funny.
It says, last night I had a dream that my nephew got picked up by a hawk.
Okay. Nice.
No analyzing that one,
No.
thanks.
I got a couple submissions off of Facebook which I thought were funny. So it says, I have a recurring dream of Captain Hook chasing me through our old house.
No, Captain.
Wait, you're gonna like this one even better. It says, when I was deployed, I was given malaria pills, and all 5 days I dreamt that I was a Teletubby chased by the vacuum.
The vacuum.
I don't know if he's referring to like the vacuum in Teletubbies or just a vacuum.
But it was so traumatizing it became
The vacuum. I hope you never have to take malaria pills again.
I wonder if like if you took it now, if it would be like the same dream, you know?
For real, huh?
I got real life submissions yesterday.
Oh, go, do say, do tell.
Do
say.
share.
Oh my god.
Okay.
We're getting delirious.
It's getting
that time
late.
of day.
This always. Okay, so the first one, she told me 2, but I'm gonna say the more interesting one. So it was she was like afraid of movies as a little kid, like scary movies, and she watched the movie Chucky. And so when she went to bed that night, she had a dream that she was in an empty parking garage, but she was really high up, like she was on like the 13th floor or something.
Do they even make those?
I don't know. Maybe in like skyscraper.
Oh.
I don't know, but she was like really high up and a bunch of like Chucky dolls were coming towards her. So she kept going up higher, and every time she'd go up higher, like more would come.
Oh.
And eventually, like there was so many that they were walking towards her that she was like stepping back, you know, to get away from them. And she like looked down because like her only option was to jump off of the parking garage. And she said it was a scary dream, but the ending sounds like kind of fun to me. But she would jump off, and her parents like set up a trampoline so that she could like jump
her
off
parents
and land.
knew?
What was she doing up?
Yeah, I know. Where were your parents?
But yeah, so she jumped off and she landed on the trampoline. I can't remember if she said that she almost missed the trampoline or not, but from my understanding, she survived the dream. So.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary. I think I remember when I was little, I was afraid of Chucky. Now I'm like, whatever.
I think it's the animations. Now we can tell that it's like...
Yeah, we can tell it's... Okay, so this one. I have the same dream at least once a year where dinosaurs are attacking my hometown.
That's...
I love it.
Is that it?
That's it. That's the submission.
Once a year is crazy.
Yeah. Around what time of the year?
Yeah, I wonder.
Might I ask?
May I question?
Just a question.
Weird.
Yeah.
I kind of like that though.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not a scary dream. It's just like a.
Yikes! Yeah. The dinosaurs are coming. Yeah, and then another one. I guess my friend told me. He says, "Tuve un sueño dentro del sueño dentro del sueño." Bien trippy. So basically, had a dream within a dream within a dream.
How do you even process
I
that?
don't know. And then I asked how, and I never got a response.
I don't think I've ever had a dream where I was like dreaming in it.
No, me
That's
either.
weird.
That's crazy, huh?
That is. I don't even know how to like think about that.
I know, it's like, how did you know that was like a dream?
I guess I
Even
can
a
like
dream or a
imagine the first part of the dream being like, okay, I'm going to sleep.
You know what? I feel like I have had this happen,
Really?
but like a long time ago.
I don't know if I like that.
I don't know if I like that either. What were you on? I'm just kidding.
And will you share?
I don't know if I want to share.
I got told another one yesterday, and it was, I don't remember the full story because she told me in a loud environment, but something about she was a hero in her dream, and then there was, I can't remember if it was another hero or a villain, but it was Kesha. But Kesha was wearing Katy Perry's California Girls outfit.
Okay.
Like the whipped
That's
cream.
so specific.
That's all I remember from what she told me, but I was like,
The most important part.
Interesting. the climax of the dream.
Yeah. That's so funny. So I have two different ones. So my friend said that she dreamt that her big dogs killed her chihuahua in a dream, and then it actually happened years later.
That's sad.
That's really sad. Oh boy, are you telling the future? Were you
Another
predicting
time
it?
traveling dream.
Was it one of those like manifestation things where you like thought about it and you set it into motion and then it happened?
But years later is crazy butterfly effect.
Manifestations don't have a timeline. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. But that's weird. Like, do you think like your brain was trying to tell you something that was gonna
like
happen?
a prepare for this kind of
Mhm.
thing? Yeah. Oh, but that's so sad.
I
Like,
know.
can't it be like you're gonna get your dream job? No.
Oh, for real? You're gonna get $1 billion.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's so annoying. That's sad. I'm sorry.
I know. I'm so sorry. That sucks. I wouldn't be able to recover after that.
I know.
And then the last one, it says.
Wait. I wonder if she like remembered that dream throughout like the time, and then it happened. She was like, I knew this was gonna happen, or if it happened and then she remembered it. You know?
I think it was more like that. Like it happened and then she remembered, and I was like, wait a minute, I dreamt. Like a deja vu moment.
Oh, but that's so weird because then you could have just been like, I'm having deja vu. Because, you know, deja vu... Okay, this isn't like the kind of...
I don't know, because I feel like I've had deja vu where I actually dreamt about it and then it happened.
Yeah, but I also know that deja vu is just like... Okay, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure deja vu is just like something happens, but your brain takes a few seconds to like register it. So once it catches up, you're like, wait a minute, I've seen this already, because your eyes still remember it, but your brain didn't like process it yet.
I don't know.
So like it happened, but
because I feel like I totally feel like I've had dreams where
I agree. I think it's this. I think there's situations where it does happen like that, but I also do think that there's like.
I mean, yeah, I can see how that makes sense, but I don't know. I like the woo stuff more. And then the last one is about sleep paralysis. So basically, he said that he opened his eyes and it was 3 a.m. and the whole room was smoky,
foggy.
Like foggy, and then he saw a figure and he wasn't able to move because of the sleep paralysis. Which, terrifying. I've never experienced sleep paralysis.
I get it if I sleep on my back.
Oh, so specific.
Yeah.
I've never had sleep paralysis. Not like that, no. I've had sleep paralysis to where, like, you can't even count this as sleep paralysis, where I'm like, I know I have to wake up, but I'm like, no. Oh. And I just, like, stay asleep, but, like, actually asleep. Like, I
like, your body's,
like, I'm conscious, but I'm like, asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it counts or not.
When I get it, it sucks, because it's, like, I don't know, like, I've never experienced, like, that, like, someone in the room with me, because I know
like
that's,
a figure?
like, yeah. Because I know, like, I've heard stories of people having sleep paralysis, but, like, they can see something, like, holding them down or something, you know? Like, yeah, I've never had that. Knock on wood, I never get it. But, like,
for real.
When I get it, it's just, like, I can't move, and, like, something scary, like, I know something scary is happening, but I can't, like, do anything to stop it. So I'm like, help! Help! But then in real life, I'm just like, So I always sleep on my tummy. I'm a stomach sleeper.
I'm a stomach sleeper too. I can sleep in like all of the positions. I'm a universal sleeper, I guess.
Not so bad, but I can sleep on my back.
I can. It sucks to suck. I'm just kidding.
Like, the thought of sleeping like this, I can't. But, like, I have a friend who literally sleeps like a vampire. So I'm like, if I did that, I feel like I'd be suffocating.
My cousin always tells me, because every time I sleep over, she's like, you literally never move in your sleep. And I don't. Like, I will go to sleep and just, like, the one side of the bed will be made and the one that I slept on will be undone.
And you just wake up in the same position.
Yeah. Literally. Like, the position I went to sleep in is the one I wake up in.
I'm a toss and turner.
One time, you were sleeping here.
I hate your...
It wasn't anything bad. I just remember, like, I woke up really early because I had to pee. And I woke up and I looked over to you to see how you were doing. And you were quite literally, like, on my blinds. Because my bed is, like, against my wall and there's the window with the blinds. And you were quite literally, like, on the blinds. I was like, is that comfy? Like,
are you trying to escape?
Yeah. I don't know, but you were, like on the blinds, and I was like, okay, I guess.
You're like, if that's...
Go off.
If that's comfortable for you.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't imagine that'd be very comfortable.
I don't know.
That wasn't me. That was not me.
Tell me when I'm the main character.
Or should I save that for the end?
Okay, fine.
Okay, this one, I don't even need my notes. Okay, well, let's backtrack a little bit. Okay, so now that we finished our submissions, thank you to everyone again who submitted. Very interesting.
Yeah.
I like hearing from you guys.
Yeah, literally.
Different perspectives. I think that's really interesting though.
Yeah.
But my turn. As if I haven't been sharing my dreams this whole time.
I know. Same.
But okay, so this dream was kind of movie. I told you about it before, but it was years ago, so I don't even know if you remember all the details.
I don't know.
On the drive back from Vegas when we were both cars like.
I do remember you telling me. I don't remember the details.
Okay, so.
I'm like, so specific.
Maybe we got that part.
No, stays in. Just kidding.
Okay, but so imagine this it was like a movie. Imagine the 2 black bars on the top and the bottom, right?
Wait, yeah, I do remember this.
When I dream, it's from the point of view of like a camera recording me. So it's not first person. None of my dreams, I don't think, have ever been first person. I always see myself doing something.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like what do you call it? Like an omni person that they can like. Oh, I'm sorry. It's like an almighty being or whatever that they can see everything else.
It's me. No, but so imagine it's like me there, but it's also like me recording.
Okay.
With the 2 black bars. That's very important. It's not really important, just to set the scene, okay? So the dream starts with me on a college campus, and I was standing in front of these, like, I don't know, it wasn't like a very public place, but it was like in front of the brick buildings, you know, so it was like kind of central, kind of not.
Okay.
And I was standing there waiting for like a bus to come or something. I was waiting for someone to come and get me or something. And then these 2 guys came up to me and they started trying to talk to me, and I was like, no, I'm busy, I'm sorry. And then they were like, come on, like, let's go. And I was like, no, like, get your hands off of me. And I was getting nervous, you know?
Yeah.
And I had like pushed one of them off of me. And then this is crazy, but then a big tour bus comes and it hits one of them.
I do remember this. I remember this so vividly now.
Oh man. Okay, so a tour bus comes and hits one of them, and out come these 4 guys, okay? And they start like defending me. And then once like the 2 guys are like, they were unalived in my dream, and once I like finally got to see who the 4 people were and what the bus was, it was 5 Seconds of Summer. And I was dating Callum. If you're a real fan, you know. And I was like, oh, thank you guys so much for coming to get me. Like, I was getting so scared. These guys were messing with me for a while, and I was like, yeah, I was just getting nervous, and I was explaining it to them. And then Ashton was like, okay, we gotta go. Like, let's leave. And I was like, but what about the guys? They're, like, lying there. And then Ashton was like, it's fine. Let's just go. Let's get out of here. And I was like, okay. Like, I didn't think about it, but, like, I knew that there was, like, cameras. So I was like, oh, no. Yeah, so then we get on the tour bus, and we're driving to what they had told me was a wedding. So we were on our way to a wedding as guests. And they were like, okay, Sally, you need to start getting ready because, like, we're going to get dropped off at this one girl's house, and then we're all going to go to the wedding together. So I was like, okay. So I start getting ready. Not important, but I want to mention it anyways. Me and Callum were matching couple outfits.
Cute.
We looked good. And then everyone looked really good. Everyone looked very profesh. And we got out of the bus, and we were at this little, it was like a blue house. It was a small blue house. And we got out of the bus, and then the bus left, and we went inside. And it was this girl, and she was, like, friends with them or something. She didn't have a name in my dream. But she was like, come in, like, sit on the couch. I'm still getting ready, and then once I finish, we can go to the wedding. And then, so then we're all sitting on the couch waiting for her to get ready. And we're, like, watching TV or whatever. Like, one of them was, like, flipping through the channels. And she comes out and she's like, I'm ready, like, let's get to this wedding. I don't even know whose wedding it was. We're all really excited for it, though. And then the channel changes to, like, this news channel, and it was, like...
And it was the...
It was the news. And the news was like, this just in, 2 people were found unalived on this campus, and here's footage of what happened. And then they show it. It's like CCTV footage, right? So it's in black and white, and it's like, I'm watching myself. I'm recording myself watching this on the TV of something that happened earlier.
And you're like the little Pikachu meme, like.
And so I'm watching this thing, and it was like, these murderers are on the loose, and we need to find them. And then it was like, these were the 2 men that were killed
Like at the scene?
Yeah, killed on the scene. And it showed like the pictures of the 2 guys. And then this girl, as she's watching the news with us, she's like, no! And we're like, what happened? And she was like, that's my brother! And we were like sitting on her couch like, and we were like, oh my gosh, no way! That's so sad.
That is crazy.
And then, after that, I don't think anyone said anything, and we just went to the wedding. But she was like so down, like obviously her brother. But yeah, and then it ends. But it literally felt like a movie. It felt like, and to be honest, I think this dream happened in a nap, like a nap sleep, not a bedtime sleep.
You hit run quickly.
But I just couldn't believe that my brain came up with that storyline.
That's insane. I can't believe your brain came up with that storyline either. I know, dude. What the heck? What did you watch before that?
I'm like,
that's crazy.
That's when I feel like I can't analyze a dream, because it's like, what does that mean? You know? I was dating my man, but at what cost?
No, for real. Okay, I guess it's my turn to tell a dream. There's really no way to explain this dream. So
I'm excited.
Let me just start. So we were in this house, and it was like a gigantic white house, but the way that it was, so like when you entered the house, it was just like this gigantic pathway, and it was like white marble, and there was stairs, and on either side there was just like gardens.
Oh, that sounds pretty.
It was so pretty. And like, I guess we lived there because when you went to the right, my room was right there. And I don't know where anybody else's rooms were. That's
was it
not
like
important.
your real life room, or was it like?
That's the funny part. So it was like my real life room, but in this house.
Big mansion.
Yeah. And so I don't know where anybody else's rooms were, but I was chilling in my room with my ex, but like we weren't exes at the time anyway. So we were in there, and Mango was there, and we were just kind of chilling. And I remember my mom came in to say something, and then she like left. And then when I turn around, I look at Mango, and Mango's face, dude, was like completely swollen. Like his face was swollen. And I was like, whoa, like what the heck? Like I started freaking out, obviously.
Yeah.
So I run out, and I'm like, Mom, get Mango's basket. Like we need to take him to the vet right now. Like right now. And my dad, my mom, myself, and my brother take Mango to the vet. So we like get his little, like, he has like a little blue carrier cage thing, and he's in there. And we're trying to find yeah, with like a swollen ass head. So we're trying to find a vet because we're not like in this universe. It's like really weird.
Yeah.
But the vet for some reason was in this gigantic skyscraper. And they didn't tell us what room he was in. So we're like trying to look for the vet, and I'm over here with like Mango completely like not good. And when we were going up the stairs, there was like this one club, like it was literally like a club,
like a nightclub.
Like a nightclub. It was one of the doors to this building, and my brother was like, "Ooh, I kind of want to check it out. I just want to check it out real quick." And I was like, "Sebastian." And my mom was like, just let him, it'll be quick. And I was like, fine, 5 minutes, and you have to come back. And he was like, okay. So he walked in, and like 20 minutes went by, and he just wouldn't come out. And I was like,
your
what
brother's
the
in the
heck?
desk, like,
No, well, get this. So apparently, I went in, but like I barely, like I stepped 1 foot into the door to try to grab my brother. The second you walked into this place, the whole thing became a galaxy, and you couldn't move.
Huh?
Yeah.
Did you see him in this galaxy?
He was like floating away, literally, and I was like, "What the?" So I like scooped myself back, and I was like, "We need to get him out of there."
Like,
No, it was like you went into a trance. Like the second you went in there, you like lost yourself completely and you were just like in this galaxy.
Oh my god.
But you weren't exactly like floating away. You were just kind of like
there.
floating. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really weird. And you couldn't get yourself out of there.
Uh-huh.
And so I managed to get myself out because I had only just like stepped in and
like close to the,
And so I was like, we need to get him out of there somehow. So we ran up to the vet. We finally find the vet. We leave Mango there. And then I tell the vet, I'm like, you need to give me some leashes, like right now. And so he gave me some leashes. Yeah. And so then we went back down, like the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to go get Sebas. And I wrapped the leash around myself. And I'm like, Dad, hold on to this. When I tug on it, you have to like pull me out. Yeah. So I like dive in and I'm like trying to find my brother. And then I woke up.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, but I want to know if Mango was okay.
Well, I didn't even find out if he was okay. But that was my dream. And I feel like it was such a vivid thing because just like the way that Mango's face looked and the way that this place looked.
What did the galaxy look like? Like, it was just like stars?
Yeah, it was just like, have you ever seen like a purple bath bomb?
Yeah.
That's basically what it looked like.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like the once it explodes in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Weird.
Yeah, but that was like the whole room. So, and it was weird because on the outside you can clearly see the bars, like the seats, the disco lights, but the second you walked in, it was like a completely different place.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah.
I kind of love that. Your brother's like, I'm just going to check it out.
He's like, I'm just going to have a drink. I'll be right back.
And then you see him and he's like...
Well, you couldn't see anything. Like, from the outside it looked
No,
empty.
when you went in.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
Just like...
Yeah, when I went
He's
in,
just
he was like...
I can't imagine what you were thinking. You're like, oh, wait.
I was like, what is happening?
Do you remember if you, like, told your parents that he was... Like, did you be like, he's trapped in there? Or, like, did they go in and see? Or did they think you were walking into the club with leashes?
No, I just... So the first time I went in there that I discovered that the place was weird, I was just mad because he was, like, Mango was sick.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to get him to the vet. I'm going to go get this kid.
Yeah, first things first.
Yeah, I was like, bitch, so sad. Like, I was, like, mad. And so I went in there and then I was like, wait a minute. It's a little funny. So then that's when I, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was weird.
I like that, though. That's
I remember I woke up and I was like...
What?
Yeah, I was very confused.
I feel like you can't analyze that either.
No, not at all. Like, what does that mean?
I like that. Did you ever tell your brother that happened?
No. No. I told my mom, and she was like,
It's my mom. Anytime I tell her something.
alright.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Are you ready? The suspense. It's been 2 whole days and I
Yes.
haven't told you. It's not that interesting.
No, now I need to know.
Okay. So I took some notes on my phone so I can remember key points of what happened, okay? So, see, like, I have, like, all of, like, the crazy... This isn't all of them. This is just, like, some of the crazy ones. Okay. So, I don't even remember writing any of this stuff. Okay. Okay, so... So, our, like, social media careers were, like, a real thing. And we... I don't know how to explain it. We lived in, like, a YouTuber house.
Like a content house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I don't think we would ever do.
I wouldn't do that.
But we did.
Okay.
But it was a crazy house. It was huge and it had so many bedrooms. And I think our rooms were by each other because we were like channel partners.
Okay.
And it was with a lot of like, I don't want to say what YouTubers they were just because I don't want to say
Just in case.
But yeah. But there was a lot of like pretty famous YouTubers in there, or like YouTubers that used to be famous.
Okay.
And so we all shared this big old house together, and apparently my dogs were there. That's what I have written down here. But anyways, so a big group of us went to go get Dutch Bros. and you ordered something, but they gave you the wrong size, and you were mad about it, and you were like, this is not what I ordered, like, I'm gonna go back there and say something about it, and we were like...
I would never. Like,
we
actual me?
And then I literally put, Nicole got wrong size, ha ha ha. But it was a little car, so it was like
a little clown car?
Not like an actual clown car, but it was like one of those little ones with like the curved front and the square back. I don't know if that makes sense, but there was like 15 of us in it. I'm gonna screenshot it so you can put it. But there was like 15 of us in this car. Okay, so it was crowded. It was cramped.
Okay.
But it was like a night out on the town, right? So we were all a little woo, like we were partying.
A little woozy.
Yeah. And one of these specific YouTubers, like, remembered who I was. Mm-hmm. And he was...
But we lived together.
Right, but I had met him before we had, like, all lived together.
Oh.
So, like, I had met him before we became social media people.
Oh.
And he looked at me, and he was like, you look kind of old. But not, like, calling me old, like, I don't know. Like, I look... Never mind. I don't even know what
like
he meant.
Like, older?
I guess. And he was like, did we go to school together? Because he's older than me in real life. Uh-huh. So he's like, did we go to school together? And I was like, no, we met at a meet and greet. Like, I had met him, I guess. And he was like, oh, you look older. And I was like, how old? And he was like, I don't know, 5 years from 35. And I was like, huh?
So 25? Wait, 30?
I'm like, why would I just... I put, huh? So that was weird.
Yeah.
And then we went to the beach. I don't remember what we did at the beach. Uh-huh. But then we went back to Dutch Bros so you can get your rates.
Oh my god.
And this is when it gets crazy, okay?
Nicole turned into a Karen, I guess.
But it wasn't like that. It was just like, I want to get what I paid for. So you weren't like being mean about it. You were just like, I want what I have, you know?
Okay.
And so then this is when it gets crazy because the night had been going on for so long and we were all still partying and whatever. And I got a little too crazy. I don't know if I was the only one who did or if like everybody did, but okay. So whatever happened like that night, but I don't remember any of it. So I woke up the next morning like in the house and I went over to your room, but like when I got up, I went over to like recap because I knew I didn't remember anything. And when I went over to your room, I was in a lot of pain. Like my body hurt. And you'll never guess why.
What did you do?
So I got a tattoo from here to here. Literally from my knees to my rib cage.
How? Why?
But I'm like, how long was I there? How long did this tattoo take? And how much did it cost?
No, literally.
And I was like, Nicole, you let me get a tattoo? And you were like, we all got tattoos. And I was like, where's yours? And yours was this big. And I was like, if I said I wanted a tattoo, it would have been a little dainty one like that. Not this.
Oh my god. Yikes.
And then...
What was the tattoo?
Okay, this is like embarrassing, but it I don't remember exactly like what it all was right here, but right here it was like different Harry Styles eras. So there was like, I remember the biggest one right here was like him when he wore that pink Coachella outfit, like that suit. That's the only part I remember, but I know there was like other things of him in there, and it was a full color. Like it was a full color tattoo. And
I was imagining black and white. That's funny.
Like, how long were we out? I was able to get a whole body.
That was like a whole week's worth of work.
But then I was like, Nicole, like, what do you mean you let me do this to myself? And I was mad. Well, not
Obviously.
mad at you, but I was just mad.
I would have been mad.
And I was like, this is on me forever. And I was like, I was livid. Okay.
I would have been livid.
And you were like, I was like, how come no one in the house stopped me? And how much did this cost? I think my main concern was how much did it cost? Because
you like didn't even care at that point about the tattoo.
It was like me now, where like a tattoo like that would be really expensive, you know.
Oh.
And yeah, and you were still talking about your Dutch Bros.
Damn.
After all that, you were still talking about your Dutch Bros. And then I was asking everybody in the house, like, what happened that night, because you didn't remember much either, except for you got your little tattoo. And then eventually I found out, one of the guys in the house told me, not the same guy from before, a different one, he had told me that they knew how, like, gone I was, that they told the tattoo artist to make it, like, temporary. So, like, it'll come off eventually. I don't know how long. I don't know. But they also told me it was a $10,000 tattoo. And I was like...
Oh, my God.
Freaking out because I was like, I can't afford that. I was like, that's insane. But then when the guy that had told me that that was weird.
The guy that told you that, huh? Yeah, that makes
sense.
sense.
It makes sense, okay. He told me that this other guy in the house, because remember, there's like 15 of us. Yeah, he paid for it. And I felt so bad because it was so expensive. But whoever was driving that car knew that I wouldn't want something like that. Like, they just knew my personality. I would never want a big tattoo like that. So then they're the ones that told the tattoo artist not to use real ink. And the dream ended with me.
But it still costs $10,000 even if it was temporary.
Isn't that crazy? But I'm like, someone else paid for it, so it was free.
You're like, I guess.
And then it ended, happy endings for both of us, because it ended up coming off, and we were able to go back to Dutch Bros, but, like, since it was such a big deal and we were, like, actual influencers, they gave you free Dutch Bros for life.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so you were good, I was good, and that was it. But, like,
I mean, happy ending. That is wild. That's wild. Why would you ever want to get a tattoo?
I wouldn't. But I don't know. I just think it's crazy. I think it was more crazy that we lived in this house, like, with all of these people, though. Because I feel like I'd have been stressed out about it.
I would hate living in a house with 15 people.
I know. Yeah.
I can barely live in the house with, like, my brother and my mom and my dad.
I mean, I think it was good because, like, from what I remember, like, our rooms were, like...
Separate?
Well, they were separate, but they were, like, far away from, like, the other people's. So, like, we didn't really have to interact with anyone if we didn't want to. But we were still by each other, and we, like, both knew each other.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But isn't that kind of weird?
That's really weird. Oh, no. I don't know if I would like that to ever happen.
I don't know if you can analyze that.
No, there's no analyzing that. Well,
yeah, that's the dream I kept from you for 2 days.
Crazy. That was the episode for dreams. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was really fun reading your dreams and
had a blast.
Yeah. If
really
you guys want a part 2, we'd be so down to do that.
Yeah, so down.
Yeah.
And let us know if you guys like giving suggestions and, like, being a part of our episode.
We liked receiving your stories, so we might make this an ongoing thing where we just, like,
take some little lore from our followers.
The lacas lore. Let's do it. But yeah, if you stayed this long and you're still listening, thank you so much. We love and appreciate you so much.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe and share this podcast with your friends. Maybe share your clips of your dreams if we talked about them. And let us know what you thought about our analysis.
But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, all those things, and yeah. Bye.